The committee will now consider House Resolution 2309, the Postal Reform Act of 2011, and I recognize myself for an opening statement. The problems facing the Postal Service are well known to this committee. Last fiscal year, the United States Postal Service lost nearly $10 billion. This year, they are likely to lose even more. Whether or not we believe that we could mitigate those by various changes in retirement, it is clear revenue is down. In August alone, revenue was down $1.4 billion, and expenses went up $700 million. Email is a reality. It is not a passing fad. Since 2006, mail volume is down more than 20%, roughly 46 billion pieces. The United States Postal Service cannot become a taxpayer-subsidized make-work program. To save the Postal Service, we must allow it to right-size its infrastructure to support the needs of the 21st century. Additionally, failing to act will not save the Post Office. It will doom the Post Office. Ultimately, delivering an effective product at an affordable price is the best way to save the many jobs we all know exist at the Post Office. H.R. 2309 is the only postal reform bill that returns the Postal Service to solvency and profitability. The bill enacts reforms that will save the Postal Service at least $10.7 billion a year and enable it to make even better business decisions, allowing them to reduce cost in line with declining revenue. Labor costs, which is 80% of Postal Service expenses, have to be addressed in a serious postal reform. Our bill has a path to address the disproportionate amount of labor costs associated with Postal Service's expenses without, and I repeat, without increasing the unemployment rolls. It is our preference that reductions in force occur among those who are fully eligible for retirement. Ultimately, though, this bill, as amended today, will make every effort to respect contracts entered into between the Postal Service and its collective bargaining units. However, USPS management has called for the ability to cut the workforce by 220,000 people in the next few years. Over the next 4 years, 250,000 postal workers will be eligible for full and immediate retirement. Our bill would prefer to thank them for their service and retain workers who have not yet reached full vesting in their retirement. If we do not act now, there will be enormous multi-billion-dollar taxpayer-funded automatic bailout because the Treasury is on the hook. I repeat, the Treasury is required to pay by law Postal Service retirees' benefits even if the Postal Service collapses. Taxpayers-funded bailout proposals delay the inevitable. That is not going to happen under this watch either by Republicans or Democrats. We can either act now in a meaningful fashion or we can enact half measures. I have been on this committee for many years. I have voted for measures that were short-lived in their reform. It is my intention to make this a nonpartisan issue, to find every opportunity to work with both sides of the aisle to be fair to legacy workers, but fair to the taxpayers, and most importantly, to make this continue to be a productive, efficient way to deliver universal service to every point in our 50 states and our territories. Before I yield to the ranking member, I want to thank him personally for the hard work that led to today's markup. I have no expectations that we have reached a final bill. I have expectations that we have been honest and candid up until late into the night on what we wanted to achieve, what we hope to achieve, and what we must achieve in order to bring this bill to the President's desk for signature. So as we go through what will undoubtedly be a difficult and long markup, I want you to understand that our differences have been fairly vetted with each other, that in fact we are closer together than it may appear, and that I will continue working with the ranking member on a bipartisan bill, even if it is not fully achieved here today. With that, I recognize